Hello, my name is Skylar.
And my name is Tyler. I pay respect to the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation where Dad's podcast is recorded.
I live on Bunjil land. I believe Bunjil is the creator of land of our first peoples. He is the creator of the land of where I am right now.
I pay my respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples.
This land always was and always will be Aboriginal land.
Hello and welcome to Over the Rainbow, a podcast series dedicated to all things Rainbow Dads. I am Murray and I am your host, and for this week's episode I want you to picture this scenario. You're a young, busy homosexual living your best life in the entertainment industry. You meet a slightly older, sexy farmer bloke and life is serving you lemonade. Then just as you meet this man, a lesbian couple ask you, "Do you want to be our baby daddy?" What do you do? I am speaking with Sam and Johnny who answer that very scenario. They take us through their journey to parenthood, and to be honest, it was one of my favourite chats that I've had since recording this podcast. Lots of highs, lots of lows, get your tissues ready, but ultimately it's a story guided by love. Hello and welcome to Over the Rainbow, a podcast series for Rainbow Dads. Today in front of me I have two beautiful people. I have Sam and Johnny. Sam and Johnny, thank you so much for sitting down with me today. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So this chat's a little bit different from the chats that I've had in the past in the sense that I actually don't know your family dynamic, your family makeup. So we were just saying how good that is because then all the reactions are going to be genuine surprise reactions.
Yeah, it's like a reveal.
It's a reveal, which is exactly what you wanted, right? We did that to you deliberately, Murray. Yeah. Before we get into it, maybe just tell me a little bit about yourself, and we'll start with you, Sam.
Cool. So I work in entertainment and have done pretty much my whole life. And these days I just call myself a creator and change agent because I feel like it encapsulates everything I do without having to say, singer-songwriter / actor / theatre maker / producer, la, 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 la.
Yes, yeah. Love that.
And yeah, I just feel really unbelievably blessed and privileged to do what I love every single day.
I love that.
Yeah.
Johnny?
I am 49 and grew up in Central Otago in New Zealand. I'm a farm boy.
Oh,
and
that's hot.
Right?
So hot.
Oh my God, thank God you can't see us.
Stop.
And I'm an artist with hospitality training, was a chef for a long time, and moved to Australia in 99.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. And you're both Rainbow Dads, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And is it Dad that you go by? Dad, Papa?
I'm Daddy.
Daddy, love that.
And
I'm Daddy.
Oh,
Yes.
yes. Yes, Daddy.
Yes, Daddy. Daddy.
And then I'm Bubble.
Oh, you're Bubble.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
And also Daddy or Dad, but yeah, Bubble. Oh, you're probably better at
Bubble is the title that Johnny's been given because Bubble's pretty much always been my nickname for Johnny.
Yeah.
Which I guess is like an extension of Bub. But the funny thing was when the kids came along, when Rayla came along, because she came along first, I remember the day that she clocked Johnny as Bubble because we were in her room and I was like making her cut up or something like that, and she was just beginning to, when they like start saying a word or two every now and then, and it's really exciting.
Yeah, she's about 2, wasn't she?
Yeah. And I remember yelling out, to Johnny, who was in the kitchen doing something. Oh, Bubble, can you, I don't know, pass me whatever it is? And she like looked outside and then looked at me and looked to the doorway again. She was like, Bubble, Bubble. And then she ran out to the kitchen where he was and was like, Bubble, Bubble, like really excited. And she called him that ever since. And it was so funny because like, I remember the baby mamas being like, maybe do you want to try like Dad or like, you know? And then she would be like, no, Bubble. Like she was very firm on the Bubble.
Super cute.
Yeah.
Very, very cute.
So it's just always been Bubble. And even like, it's so funny, like her friends like call him Bubble.
I love that. That is so great.
And yeah, I feel like Maxwell has
Same.
the same deal. But it's funny, like even with her friends, like when they started coming over, like Johnny would be like, well, they call me Bubble, but you can call me like Johnny or like whatever.
My actual name.
Yeah.
I mean, you try that on for size.
Yeah. And I can really remember vividly, like most of the time being like, no, I like Bubble.
Yeah.
Yes.
Always.
Love that. So I counted in that story 2. Rayleigh Maxwell.
Yeah, Rayla.
Rayla
and Maxwell, who usually goes by Maxie.
Maxie, yep.
Yeah.
And so you've got 2.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Love that. So I guess the point of this chat today is let's just unpack your journey to parenthood. So I'll hand it over to you and you can tell me how it all happened. And maybe you can start with getting together.
Yeah, well, it's actually all around the same time.
Love that.
We did not muck around.
No, okay.
But Sam had already begun the conversation about
No, but we should talk how we met first.
okay.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Listen to me, you bossy wife.
Yeah. They're getting a full picture immediately of our relationship.
Like, I'm just wanting to hit the story.
Okay, we're already seeing some themes.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
great.
trying.
I'll tell you what, every couple that we've had in, exactly the same with the eyes, I tell you.
Yeah.
If only I was doing a video podcast, the eyes would tell the whole story.
Yeah. So you can start then.
You want me to do that bit? Okay, so we met in Sydney.
Okay.
I was up there on tour with a musical, Hairspray.
Yeah.
And we're a Grindr success story.
Yeah, okay. Another one. That's great.
Yeah. Johnny was working at the fancy restaurant near my hotel. I don't know, about 150 meters away. But yeah, we met up there and like I think the cool thing for me is that I think I met Johnny like when I was like quite removed from my normal everyday life here, which is like quite busy and like a lot going on. But because I was on tour and I was in Sydney, like I wasn't as in my busyness as I usually am.
Which is brilliant, right?
Yeah.
'Cause it kind of opens the doors that you may have missed if you're in your busy life.
That. I think it meant there was space there.
Love that.
And yeah, I was doing Dry July at the time, so Johnny kept asking me out to go on for a drink, and I was like, I can't, I'm doing Dry July. And then he suggested a hot chocolate.
Yeah. Oh, go on, put the vodka in it.
Right.
I did still drink though.
Yeah. So we had our first date at Opera Bar in Sydney, and then kind of were inseparable from.
How long ago was that?
Date. 13. It's 13 years this year.
Wow. Love that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I feel like we were both at a time in our lives when we were really happy being. Well, we were really okay with being single.
Yes.
And felt like there was no real need to find someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I was a bit older, which I'm sure will come up often during this conversation. But
Well, didn't you say in your introduction, I'm 49?
Yeah.
It's like we didn't want your age, but thank you for giving it.
So 9 years older for everybody listening at home.
Yeah, we don't want to distract you doing the maths. We'll just give it to you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then, I feel like I was just like not sort of over any games or anything, and was just quite straight up like, I'm keen, where are you at? I really had a good time and would like to see you again.
In a lot of ways, again, you being away from your normal busy life, making that space, when you've gone through that and you've settled within yourself, I'm happy being single. It's totally fine. That's when you make space for it as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. We'd both been single for 7 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I really loved how direct Johnny was, because I probably wasn't as used to that.
Yes.
So it took me back a little bit to begin with.
Yeah.
Because I was like, whoa.
Yeah. In what sense?
I wasn't used to someone being so open and honest about how they're feeling and where they're at so soon.
Yeah.
So whilst it took me back a little bit, I think I really also appreciated
For sure.
that.
Yeah. That goes back to what you were saying about, over the games and over all of that kind of stuff. Just like, I'm just going to be exactly who I am.
Yeah.
You either want it or you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
it was really beautiful, and also encouraged me, like whilst it took me back a little bit, I also really loved it. And I think it probably encouraged me to be a bit more open and honest than, I was used to as well.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that he was like that, because look at us now.
That's great. And so you were living in Sydney and you were on tour in
I was on
Sydney.
tour, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you dated for how long before it kind of got serious, and then you had to talk about, because obviously the tour would have finished.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's so crazy because it feels like it all happened at once ish. Because we started dating, I don't know, like pretty soon after.
Into July, August. Yeah.
Yeah. And then after I had all my mini freakouts,
I got dumped about 3 times.
I tried to dump him a few times and he just flat out refused. And I was like, oh, no, this is interesting. I'd be like all in my drama, like, what are we even doing? I live in Melbourne, you live in Sydney. Like, what? This will never work. We try to like each other more so that we'll be more upset when we have to leave each other. And he'd be like, oh, I've never been opposed to moving to Melbourne. Like, I like Melbourne. And I'd be like, oh, I see.
Okay, it's back on.
But I was like, it's like a 1 hour flight. I'm sure we can work something out.
Mr. Drama over here is like a 20-hour flight. No, it's an hour.
Yeah. But it's quite nice. I feel like every time I had a freak out and he was just in his chill, calm Johnniness, it was really reassuring.
For sure. It's very attractive too, to have someone calm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were dating for
a few months.
Yep.
Yeah. Dating for a few
Did you
months.
get free tickets to the show?
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah.
I went a couple of times.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Perk right there.
Work perks.
Yeah.
What do they call those seats?
House seats.
House seats,
Okay,
yeah.
house seats.
Yeah. Comps, I think. Yeah.
Comps. Yeah.
I think I still had to pay a little.
Yeah, well, on the first.
Early days.
Yeah.
That would have been a deal breaker for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want me to pay?
Yeah. I had to make sure you loved me for me, not just for my amazing talent.
So you were dating for a few months, and then it just it sounds like it just really took hold.
Yeah, it really did. It was
Love that.
pretty much, we were locked in almost straight away, I felt like.
Yeah.
And then you had been having conversations about kids, haven't you?
Yeah, in amongst this, I'd been chatting to a beautiful friend of mine who was in the cast as well, because she was looking at having kids with her partner.
Right.
And I found that like really interesting, because having kids was always something that I knew that I would do.
Love that.
And
Did you ever discuss that? Like that you wanted kids?
But as in Sam and I?
Yeah.
Not yet, really.
yet, yeah.
It was that discussion that sparked that conversation between us.
yeah, it's like I was relaying the discussions I was having with
Oh, right. Yeah. And that brought up naturally. Yeah.
Johnny, yeah, because we were still like, we weren't like official.
Yeah.
We kind of were too.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but they were looking at their options, and I was really interested, and just to know the information, because obviously having kids as a queer person is very different.
Yeah.
And I loved hearing, like, you know, they were looking at donors at one point, and like adoption, and then like a friend had said to them like they'd be happy to just be a donor. And I think
Also, they're a lesbian couple. You didn't say
oh yeah, they're a lesbian
that.
couple.
I was going to go lesbian.
I'm not going to say anything. A lesbian couple, right? Yeah.
And a friend had like kind of offered that to be the donor
To this couple.
To this
yeah.
and I kind of just said out loud as we were having like, that conversation, like, oh, I wonder if I'd do that. And then I was like, no, I couldn't do that. Like, I couldn't have kids in the world and not be the dad. Like,
absolutely.
it didn't feel like an energetic match for me.
Yeah. And that's really, and we've done another episode on this about unpacking what a donor dad is.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting. You're either for it or it's not for you.
Yeah. And I knew really strongly that it just wasn't for me. But also, I feel like I was just speaking out loud like I do. But I mean, that in turn, a few months later, turned into Clee kind of coming up to me during vocal warm-up, kind of giving me a little nudge and being like, hey, remember when you said?
Oh, right.
Yeah. And me kind of being like, whoa, I don't know what that would look like, but I felt like excited.
Yes.
And then had to go off and
So what was she actually saying? But so she wasn't no longer saying, will you be the donor dad? She was actually saying, will you be the dad?
Yeah, well, I guess when we were speaking before, like I was just like asking about their journey.
Yeah, for sure.
And had not seen me in the picture really yet. But then I think me speaking out loud, like my thoughts, meant that Clee and Nick went off and like had a chat.
Yes.
And kind of came back to me and were like, oh, you know how you said that if you had kids, you'd need to be the dad?
Yeah.
Would you think about doing that with us?
Wow. And isn't it interesting that you had no idea that you just saying your views on that they were going away and marinating with that thought themselves?
Yeah. It's really...
That's the universe. I don't know if you believe in that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Synchronicity.
Yeah.
Everything happening, the way it's supposed to.
Yeah. And then so that was a bit of a bomb, I would imagine, because you're like,
Yeah, like a beautiful, exciting bomb.
Yeah.
But then I think the cool thing in it also is that because Johnny and I were spending so much time together, I was speaking to him about it.
Yeah.
Like a lot. And he was always like just as excited as me and really like supportive and really like, no, you should 100% like do this.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I was focusing on the amazing opportunity and probably the rarity of that opportunity.
For sure.
And even I was feeling like even if we don't work out, that's still an incredible thing to have. So I always felt around that time that I wasn't really a big part of that picture.
Yes.
But I felt like I was more just someone to give my ideas. But at that stage, I didn't think of me as being one of the dads.
Yes.
Because it was so early in our relationship. But I was just like, fuck, if you get offered that scenario, I think you should really seriously take it.
And doesn't that say so much about who you are?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
To see that shooting star and remind that person, whoa, this is a big deal what's in front of you right now, but not seeing it for yourself, but just reminding that person, you got to take this.
Yeah.
Love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So then you went...
Well, so then the conversations obviously had to get like more and more
serious. Yeah.
And this is happening pretty fucking quickly because we started going out at the end of July and then this would have been only like August, September, this conversation.
Yeah. And then after like many conversations and coming to the decision that yes, we were going to do this, we kind of decided like after the tour would be best, and that Nick was going to carry Nick's Clee's partner.
Yeah.
because Clea was kind of like breadwinner and that scenario.
And were you really close with both of them?
Yeah, look, I was close with Clea from work, and I knew Nick and loved Nick just from like our interactions through that.
Yeah.
But like thinking back on it now, like definitely not close enough to start having children. You know, if you put too much thought into it.
It's too much of a head fuck.
Do you know what I mean?
For sure.
But also, yes, in the sense of I think felt energetically that
Love that.
they were a beautiful match.
Yeah.
And that I think the most important thing was that they would be brilliant mothers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember back thinking about, I want to do this, about any research you did, any like weighing up pros and cons, any talking to external people? Because it goes back to what you were saying in terms of, how much do you really know somebody?
Yeah.
You would have to play devil's advocate in your head and say, okay, well then let's start with looking at all the great stuff and that this is opportunities come, that's great.
Yeah, yeah.
But let's just for a moment look at worst case scenarios and what we would do if they eventuated. What kind of stuff did you go through?
Do you know what? I think that has been our greatest lesson in the whole thing, is that I truly think that we looked at all the best case scenarios and we looked at it through kind of rose-colored lenses at the time. And I noticed myself, I would get really annoyed because what I noticed happening was as soon as like our outer friends circle or like friends and family and that kind of thing knew that it was happening, there was like some particular people in the mix who would go straight to, well, what are you doing legally and have you got papers? Do you know what I mean? It was, they were very like concerned about that. And I think I got on the back foot a little bit because I was a little bit in my, well, straight people don't have to be writing all these contracts down and think of worst case scenarios and all that, and they're just jumping into bed and wham bam. So I was quite defensive, I think.
Yeah. And is that what you're saying? The lesson that you learnt from that is not to overthink things and to go with the.
In a sense, yes, but in a sense also I think the lesson for us along the way has been that you do need to look at best and worst case scenarios.
Yeah.
But also a part of me thinks, or maybe if we did do that at the start, then
I don't think we would have had them.
It might not have happened.
Yeah.
So it's happened the way that it was supposed to for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also back then, because this is what Rayla's turns 12 this year. So this was, a fair while ago. There was no one to speak to really that we knew in a similar scenario.
Situation, yeah. Yeah. Which just goes to show you how rare that kind of stuff comes up.
Yeah.
But they went along and did a lot of discussions before they would have presented it to you.
Yes.
So you've got two couples, whether Johnny, you felt that you were in the picture or not. They felt completely comfortable. So that would have been, that adds weight to it as well. Like, look, if they're super comfortable to present this option, they've done all of their thinking about it, some part of me has to just ride that and go with that.
Yeah. I think I'm lucky too in that I'm pretty good at following my gut instinct.
I love that.
And my gut.
A lot of people are not.
Yeah. And I think overwhelmingly the whole time my gut instinct has always been yes.
Yes, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of that, looking at the whole picture, girl, I'm gonna tell you, it was all rainbows and lollipops to begin with. It really was.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the best.
Fairy plus clouds.
Easily. Like not thinking about the fact that there's gonna be 4 parents in the mix. Which is 4 like double.
Well, I mean, now we can maybe move into the actual practical stage of, how it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to do that one, Bubble?
Yeah, come on, Bubble.
Okay, so then it was November. You were down for, it must have been like, what's that fucking race? Horse racing? It must have been around
Melbourne Cup.
then. I think
Melbourne
it was
Cup,
around Melbourne Cup weekend, or because we were down in Melbourne for a long weekend or something.
Yeah, I'd already moved back to
You
Melbourne.
finished the show by then.
Yeah. And you were coming down.
Are they from Sydney?
No. Perth originally, but
Living in Melbourne.
lived in Melbourne.
But they were living in Melbourne at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Yeah. So then we organised a night to do the first round. And
Oh my God, that sounds so ambiguous. I need.
we get into the, I'm just setting the scene.
What song was playing?
No, but it was hilarious because we had canapes and wine and everything. And so obviously we must have worked out that we were just going to do it. Have a go with turkey based.
Yeah.
Home insemination
because we were
was
like,
called online,
Yes.
which essentially is like
a syringe,
a turkey baster. It arrived and we're like, oh, this is just like one of those things you get at the doctor's to be.
You put some fancy name on it.
Right. But we did look into like the options and all that kind of thing, and we were like, well, hey, we may as well try this one.
Yeah, may as well try it, see if that works.
Because that's about a $25,000.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I digress.
Yes, that's right. And then, so we had canapes and wines, and it was actually really beautiful, wasn't it?
It was really cute.
Yeah.
Do
And
you know what? I think because you're in the entertainment industry, my mind's going, this is a screenplay. This is like a theatre show. Like, okay, so you made canapes and you got the wine. And,
and then
It was really cute. They set the front room up for us too, like all romantic, like with candles,
fairy lights.
and
oh,
everything.
this is so beautiful.
Yeah. And then I always joke that I had to do all the work because we haven't even we have, obviously you're the sperm in this situation.
In this scenario.
So then I just did my thing and then whacked it into a jar.
Helped me do my
Yeah.
And then just ran the jar up the hallway, like giggling.
Yeah.
And I had to leave it outside their door and just knocked on the door.
And then we like
Passing a note.
Yeah, and then we were like, we did not want to know.
we need to get out of here. Let's get into a butt out of sex.
Did we leave? No, we did leave.
Oh my God, we left so quickly.
Yeah,
We were
we did.
Oh, you ran out of the apartment.
giggling and laughing, like
Drove home.
driving home, like
One drink we had, one drink.
Yeah, love that.
And then,
the running joke is Johnny ran Rayla up the hall.
yeah, it just blows my mind. Well, hang on, but we need to say, so then did we wait?
Oh,
And Nick always said that she reckons that she knew she was
Yeah,
pregnant.
like the next day she was like, "Yep, I generally think I'm pregnant." And we
Yeah.
were like, "Whoa, that's hardcore." I
Yeah.
think you can tell then, but
yeah. That sounds positive. Do you know what? That is so something I would do. Going, yeah, it's worked. Just trust me.
Yeah.
But she was super confident.
Yeah.
super confident. And then lo and behold, like as soon as you
could
do the
tell.
test,
Yeah.
she did, and she was.
From one go, yeah.
You know, so yeah, it was that one.
Those
time.
fairy lights really helped.
I know. So then I am like, fuck, I really was carrying Rayla up the hallway.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
there's no other scenario.
Yes,
You know,
yeah.
that was it.
Yeah, it's insane. And then like the crazy part to the story is when we decided we wanted to have a second Maxwell, and we knew it was going to be Johnny's sperm this time around. I like in my being a bitch.
Yeah. Going,
Was like, well, you know,
So
my strike rate's first time.
9 years older, so the sperm might swim slower, so we might have to start a bit early.
like 6 months.
This might take several goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really prepared for that. And
But also the funny thing is, we were all trying to. I guess the decision for this. Now, this is a little warning for all parents. just beware when the first child's around 2. Everyone gets all fucking like, oh, this is amazing and awesome. We should have another one.
Yeah, right. Is that the
I feel
mark?
like,
Yeah.
I feel like it just sort of all settled into our groove, and of course they're cute as fuck.
Nick was definitely the driving force behind that, though.
So your second that you had, Maxie,
yeah.
is with the same couple.
Same couple,
Yeah.
same mum carried, Nick carried
Yeah.
again,
Yes.
but it was Johnny's sperm for.
What? This is just like a beautiful story. And did it work the first time? We're jumping ahead.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
wow.
are
Okay.
jumping ahead.
Here we go.
So-
Were there fairy
So
lights?
we settled. No,
There was
well,
no fairy light.
No fairy.
didn't even coordinate all 4 of us to be there at the same time. So I was like,
Oh, because you had a child. And so
And our schedules were back to hectic
Yeah.
again. You
Yeah.
know, it was just
I
like,
just said, look, fuck, it's the second child.
yeah.
You know, we need to just take the scene down a bit. And I was like, I'll just come and tug off in the garage and leave it outside your door.
Yes, yeah.
So that was the only way we could work it, because Sam was busy or something. So I just drove around on my own. No fucking canapes for my round. But it was very funny because, oh God, this might be a bit where the kids...
the kids may listen to this, but I think they'd also find it
I'll paint the
hilarious.
picture, but in a sort of...
Just be yourself.
So I get into the garage and there's a bed set up. There's a bottle of water, some lube. And the water, it was a jug of ice water with a slice of lemon in it. And the bed's all made beautifully. And then they printed off this, because obviously they were like, oh, well, he's obviously into brown guy. So they printed picture of this brown. I think he was like a builder.
Yeah,
or,
the hard hat.
tools
I
out
remember.
woman.
You brought it home.
What else was hard?
I know, but it's
A
like,
hard hat and like high vis.
yeah, and then a box of tissues, and then the little jar that I have to like take into. And I was like, oh my God, they have no idea.
They sound super sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really cute.
Like, yeah.
And so, yeah, did the deed, raced it upstairs, left it out their door again, and left.
It's not too dissimilar to a straight couple. They talk about having kids. The first one is super planned. It was super sexy. The second one kind of resembles it, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
The third one, they were like, it was an accident. We didn't mean to have you. That's why there's no photos. You know, we just didn't have time. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I'm the oldest child. I'm like, oh yeah, that's how it rolls.
But did it work again?
Yes.
Sure.
First time round.
Round.
And,
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Another
so I got to be very
Skyty.
Yes, yeah. Smug.
yeah, smug.
Smug was her middle name.
So you've got 2 kids. So going back to the first, were there any teething problems, working out the arrangement? What is the arrangement? Is it 50-50? Like, because you both wanted to be so super involved.
Yeah. And I think that's definitely like, I think that was like our first teething like problems, like even just figuring that out.
For sure.
Sorting out what that looked like. Especially
when
'cause-
Maxie was older.
no, this is just
What are you talking about?
no, this is just when Rayla was on the scene.
Yeah.
like navigating that,
Yeah.
like what does this look
What
like?
does it even look like?
Because did you have an idea before? Had you sort of sat down and over dinner or something and said, okay, what do we want this to be?
Yeah, we did speak about it, and the general consensus was we would like for Nick to be able to breastfeed, to begin with,
Mm-hmm.
and then after that we would like start working us into the schedule, I guess.
Yeah.
To make it easier. But I think the funniest thing about that now thinking about it is I don't even know how long like breastfeeding was or like what that even looks like, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that
yeah.
type of thing. So that was definitely like a figuring it out.
Yeah.
The scenario.
And you all would have been figuring it out.
Yeah. And to begin
You
with,
kind of learn on the job being a parent, don't you?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to begin with, we did like lots of us visiting their place.
Did you live close by?
No.
Oh.
No. Do you know what? We didn't live close by and we didn't have a fucking car
Well,
back then either.
wow.
So I was spending, because Johnny was working more than me back then. So I was spending like at least, I don't know, maybe like 12 hours on public transport
Wow.
each week.
But
yeah,
you
to
just had
forward.
something within you that told you that this is going to work.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, love that. Yeah. And so how did it work in the beginning?
So we kind of worked our way, we worked the amount of time out to being like longer stints. So like I would go over and like grab like a bottle when Nick could express and like grab like a bottle of her breast milk, and we'd go out and do our cafe dates and hang out at the park and all that kind of thing. And then we kind of just like extended the time out longer and longer. But I think that would have been one of like the first points of contention
Yeah.
in it being like, okay, cool. So like, when are we going to do overnights?
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, what does that look like?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then like by the time it got to like sorting that out, like I think Maxwell was the idea of Maxwell might have been in the picture, or maybe just after she'd started doing overnights at our place.
Yeah.
Was it?
Amen.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been because she would have been about 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before 2, she wasn't doing overnights.
No.
Okay. And you were okay with that?
Well,
It probably wasn't our ideal, but we felt like, well, Nick was breastfeeding for quite a long time. And I guess from our point of view, that almost felt a bit like a
block.
or a reason for her not to come and stay with us.
For sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
and I just remember thinking, well, how the fuck do you argue against that?
Totally.
Because I do.
can't.
Breastfeeding is a really amazing thing if you have the opportunity to do that.
Yes.
And but then we were like, well, how long does this go for?
Yeah. And I've heard some cases.
Yeah. And so we did, like, I do think we did actually like have to have some hard conversations around that.
I could imagine.
Yeah, because I remember when she did first start staying over, we did just have breast milk
In the freezer.
in the freezer.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? That we could defrost.
Yeah. Did you feel a little bit of, I mean, we don't need to get into this, but did you feel a little bit of hesitation, of a reluctance maybe?
Definitely.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And I think it's that.
From their part. Yeah.
From their part of wanting.
100%.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's one of the things, you know, that maybe was not thought about in terms of the looking at things with rose-colored glasses in the beginning.
Yeah.
Is those kind of intrinsic primal feelings that come up once the baby's actually here.
For sure. Yeah.
You know, and I remember feeling that really strongly when it came to after Rayla was born and we had to leave the hospital. Like, I can remember just feeling like something in me being like, oh, this doesn't feel right. Like, I should be here just in case, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we need to protect her type thing.
Yeah.
And, like, I think that's when I had, like, my first realization of, oh, no, our setup is different.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm, like, I can't speak for any of the other parents, but I'm sure everyone else had their own
Version of that.
happen somewhere along the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I think a lot of what we've had to do as humans in the whole mix of us getting to have this beautiful experience of getting to be parents, but in the way that we're doing it is just to have that realization of there are some things in the mix that you need to compromise with.
Yeah.
And that might feel not quite right at the time, but the beautiful thing you get from that is you get to have the experience of being a dad or a mum or a parent.
Yeah. Do you remember how you came to that that inner knowledge or inner peace of, I have to, my story is different and what that looks like and what I have to allow and not get worked up over. And
I think
because I could imagine it could cause real tension.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it took a long time actually because most of our support network were straight parents.
I think it was really like something that I had to, for myself, work on personally.
Yeah. Because you never, did you do, along the way, did you ever do a legal agreement or?
We ended up doing one.
Right.
And that's a whole other story. But yeah, we ended up doing one because we needed to. And I think that was like when the rose-coloured
Glasses
came off.
Yeah.
We ended up in a position where we had to.
Right, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
No. But I'm sensing that something happened and you were required to maybe make the arrangement a little bit more formal.
Yeah.
Rather than trust in the gut and that everything will work out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And in hindsight, the reason for that became quite clear is that the four of us all had different ideas of a parent's role.
For sure.
Because, of course, you all come from different backgrounds, different family dynamics. And so, but it just so happened that I feel like this is my interpretation, but I feel like the mums both had an idea that the dad played a fairly background role in a family dynamic.
Yeah, not all roles are equal.
And then we both came from the idea that the dad does have equal input, you know, in the decision making and things like that. And so, but it wasn't until afterwards that we realised that was where the core of the issue was.
Yeah, because our agreement up until like having papers was always like, the mums are going to be the mums and the dad's going to be the dads and the mums will do what mums do and the dads do what dads do. But in that whole beautiful idea, what was lost is what somebody's idea of a dad is and what somebody else's.
Especially with four.
Right.
It's like everyone's got a different interpretation.
Yeah. So that was a whole thing, a whole traumatic thing.
Was it traumatic?
I will say.
Yeah. Because we ended up doing going through family courts to get the papers drawn.
Yeah, we did like many mediations.
So did something? Where did it break down?
There?
Yeah.
Where it broke down was.
I'm still in lollipop land.
Yeah, you're still in lollipop land. I'll catch you up. So where it broke down was because one of the mums works in entertainment as well. Our agreement had always, what we thought, always been there would be no touring and stuff for the kids once they started having to go to school.
Yeah.
A situation arose where the kids were on tour at one point. And they were supposed to be coming home at one point.
Right.
And that didn't happen.
And it got messy.
Yeah. So I'm grateful for that experience because what it really shone a light on is that we actually do need papers.
Black and white.
And also what I'm, I don't want to put words into your mouth, but did it also shine a light on the role of the dad? The dad's role is just as important as the mum role.
Very much.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And we need to do away with the historical views on that.
Yes.
That the dad's in the background.
Yeah. And it just also meant as well too, like as painful as the whole scenario was, it meant that there was something to refer to.
For sure.
There was like a document
baseline.
Yeah.
In
A
place
baseline.
to refer to when things are not rosy and
Yeah.
people are in their stuff.
And we can't agree on something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And funnily enough, as soon as we had that, we've never needed to refer to it.
Oh, so good.
Our relationship has gotten stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
And we, I think, have had to work hard
To get to that point.
to get to that point.
Would they say the same thing if they were here? That it was not something that any of you wanted to go through, but, upon reflection, we're really glad that we have that baseline, that we have that document, all that agreement, stamped.
Yeah, I feel like they would actually.
Yeah.
And something else that that process did was it formalized everyone's role in the kids' lives. And because the birth certificate scenario is a bit fucked.
Yes.
So what it felt like that did was it really acknowledged formally that we were the fathers of both children.
Yeah, great.
Which I found really comforting. And it's sort of a thing I hadn't really thought about until that moment. I was like, oh, that feels really comforting, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's crazy how things like this work out, because it did feel really awful, and it felt like Sam and I were the driving point of getting this all done.
Yeah.
And it felt like we were really pushing really fucking awful, or something the mums were quite opposed to, It felt like we were almost pressuring them into this thing. And then now, skip forward 12 years, one of the kid's birth mum has died.
Oh.
And so those papers have actually really helped protect Clee in the whole scenario, because if you're going by, genetics and all that sort of biology, it could have been portrayed as a bit sort of vague of where everyone fitted in, but here's these papers that,
cemented everyone's role. That's awful, though. I'm really sorry to hear.
Yeah.
So she passed away in 2022. Yeah, it's the 2-year anniversary this Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And was that sudden? Was that out of the blue?
Ish, she had breast cancer.
Right.
But it felt really sudden.
Yeah.
And it felt like,
it felt like 2 months to me.
Yeah. But it was probably 8.
Yeah.
And the kids are okay?
Yeah.
Process.
Yeah. I feel like they're getting their little sense of humours and personalities back now. But it's a long road, and I don't know if it'll ever.
It's remarkable, though, that on reflection, that like you said, that going through that process is almost like, again, the universe like foreseeing that and having that all in place. Imagine doing that post.
No.
Oh, yeah.
It would be horrendous.
Horrendous.
And I truly think we were looked after in that we were pushed into
I do. I've got
so early on.
Yeah.
And what the driving force for us was, besides everything being messy, for us it was always, it's so great that we're getting this out of the way now when the kids are young and they
no idea.
They don't know, essentially, like the conflict.
Yes, yeah.
That's happening.
Something, I'll just cut in here for 1 minute, sorry. Something else in that whole hindsight thing, which I'm probably going to tear up talking about this, is with particularly Nick's reluctance for the overnights and prolonging breastfeeding and everything. You look back on that and think, oh God, maybe, she sort of knew somehow that she wasn't going to be here physically the whole time. So all of that time is so precious. So that was a really healing thing for me too, to be like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe I understand all of that a lot better now than like, fuck you, I want to have kids tonight.
Yeah.
It really does make you think, oh shit, there is a bigger picture in play, and it's actually really beautiful.
It is really beautiful.
Yeah. And she always said all she wants to do in life is be a mum.
Yeah.
And
She loved it. Loved being
She-
pregnant. Loved every moment. And she's like so fucking patient.
yeah, and she really, like, while she was here, like in physical form, was the epitome of the best mum in the world. Like, we always talk about like what we would like to continue on, like, for her. And for me, it's always like her patience.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, like the patience she had. Oh my God, you know, when they're like, look at this. And
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
like, and it's like,
Shut the
relentless, right?
Yeah.
You know, she would always
Never saw her.
be able to be like so interested in
Yes. Yeah.
whatever it was they were doing. And we, like, I think, always kind of were like, whoa, it's great that she.
Yeah. And she'd do it.
Someone's
so-
got to have it. Yeah.
And so genuinely,
Yes,
you know, I'm
yeah.
like, oh yeah, amazing. I can do not care. But she would always,
Yeah.
incredible. So that has been a beautiful thing for us to all kind of try to absorb and express on her behalf.
So what's the relationship like now? Like in terms of the arrangement, has everything just settled? And
It's so settled.
No.
And thank fuck that we had that whole drama earlier on, because it meant that we really had to like solidify our relationship moving forward after the papers.
Yeah.
But like, I think we really healed over the time, and like, I think we've gotten to a space now where it's like just like whatever the kids need,
Yeah.
especially with grief in the mix now, right? 'Cause there's a whole other fucking
Yeah.
bunch of stuff in the mix now that we're having to deal with.
For sure. Yeah.
Riding the waves of grief.
Yes.
But I think the beautiful thing is, because we've had the hard already, we can be more in, okay, cool, what do we need to do to support the kids or Clee or whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
And it did work its way to being like super fluid from these are our days and those are your days, and we split the holidays. We'd already worked ourselves into a space of, you know, it being really chill in that we could call or text and be like, oh, hey, Johnny's family's coming from New Zealand. Can we have them these days instead?
Yes. Yeah.
Or them being like, hey, daddies, what do you have on this week? Can you have them this day and that day as well, or instead?
I love that.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
So it feels like, because there's not conflict in the mix,
Yeah.
it's a lot easier to be flexible.
Totally.
Also, I think that baseline of having those papers drawn up sort of allows for this comfort, and you're not so desperate to be like, I need to get that 1 hour back that you had the kids
Yes.
for that extra time. You know, you just, I don't know, it just feels.
There's an ease there.
Yeah.
That we can't work it out between each other in a sort of, a civil way. Well, then we've got that thing that we can go to refer to.
Yeah.
And even within those papers, we actually created a structure to follow. If there's something we can't all decide or agree upon, then there's steps to follow to
Conflict
hopefully
resolution.
make that- Yeah, exactly. That's right.
And I'm sure you've heard, because I know lots of stories where this hasn't worked out, that, it is that I've got that hour and I'm getting that back.
Yeah.
You really are the model of, making it work. It's wonderful.
And I feel like the court system was a really good reminder in making sure that it's the kids come first.
Yeah.
No matter what the fucking scenario is, think of the kids first.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. And so how are the kids in terms of, a rainbow, their version of a rainbow family? What do they proudly say? Do they refer to themselves as a rainbow family, or?
No, do you know, it's so funny. Like, it feels like they're definitely very proud.
Great.
But it feels like for the longest time, like the first thing Rayla would tell anyone is, I've got 2 mums and 2 dads.
I just wait for the look on someone's face.
I don't think she even cared about that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got that.
Yeah. And that's always been really beautiful in that, like, seeing like how proud they are.
Love it.
What about when in the playground? Tell them that story.
In the playground.
Rayla with other kids asking.
I don't know what
Oh,
you say.
so
I didn't know what story you're talking about.
she, at one time when kids were sort of questioning and giving her a bit of grief about her family
Oh, yeah.
background, they were like, how can you have two mums and two dads? That's impossible. And Rayla just turned to them and said, well, it is possible because I do.
Full stop.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
just love that. So,
Yeah, and it was crazy because I guess, like, as a parent, I had like been like freaked out that that's going to happen at some
For sure.
Someone's going
You
to
overthink it for sure.
at some point,
Yeah.
you know,
And then it's like, I'm going to
fuck.
fuck that child up that says that. Yeah.
Yeah. And like she came home and like she said, oh, someone said you can't have two mums and two dads, and like me and all my stuff. I was like, it's finally happened.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. And then I'm like, be calm, Sam, be calm. And I was all like, oh, really? What did you say to them, darling?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I just said you can because I do. And then she's like, and then in art class and she was straight on to the next thing. Like, it was such a non-issue for her.
Kids
Wasn't even
teach you so much, don't they?
yeah.
That is just, they teach you so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a wonderful chat. I want you to perhaps maybe summarize our chat and sort of, what's the greatest thing about being a dad to each of you? And we'll leave it on that. That's a really lovely way to.
Oh, God, that's going to
I
make
don't know what's something.
That's good.
I think something that I really realized just in the whole beautifulness of being a dad, I was like, oh my God, I finally understand why Mum was so upset when I came out as gay, because the biggest thing for her was, you're not going to be a parent. And I can finally, because I feel like when you become a parent, you just sort of want everyone else to be, because it just feels so beautiful. And it really made me think, oh, I can understand why it would be heartbreaking to think your child or someone you love might not get that experience.
I couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. Top that, Sam.
I think for me, I'm going to get emotional too. I think for me, the greatest thing about being a parent is getting to see the world through their eyes. I think it gives me so much hope about what the world will look like for them when they're our age.
Yeah.
I love how like brave they are, just naturally, and how curious they are and how excited they are about everything.
Yeah.
If like they feel like the best constant reminder of what's good in the world.
For sure.
And I feel really grateful to have that. And I just think they're the two of the coolest people I've ever met. Like they really are.
Yes.
They are so in touch with who they are in this world already at 9 and 11.
Yeah.
That I'm just like, I really like, I feel like I would want to be a friend.
Yes. Would they want to be your friend?
If I wasn't your father. Do you know?
Yes. And I couldn't agree more with everything you're saying. Look, thank you so much. I feel richer for having this chat with you both. Thank you so much for coming and chatting today.
No worries. Thanks for having us.